Hello, everyone. This is Minister P of Let's Pray Ministry, helping people in crisis, and I'm with Johnny G today. He has been going through a crisis with what is the name of this establishment that you're living in?
The Millennium Towers.
The Millennium Towers. With stopped up drains where he has to shower in his own filth, toilet seats that are brittle, that is very hard for him. He is one of our veterans as well, and I want you to hear his story. And I hope that we can help assist him because how old are you?
I'll be 75 in November, so right now I'm pushing 74.
He's pushing 74. And he has gone through a lot. I mean, I have been with him when he was even homeless. He's had to deal with a lot of situations. His child being sick, he had to help his son during some things that he was going through. He's had to relocate a couple of times to help other people. And finally, one day when I met him, he decided, I'm going to help myself. And you have been here for how long?
10 years here.
10 years. I remember when he first moved in here. They have done some renovation because when I came in here, it was terrible, I have to say. And they're still working on it. Our biggest concern now is that there's an elevator out, so they only have access to one elevator. People in wheelchairs
Can't get to the basement.
can't get to the basement to wash their clothes. They did bring washer and dryer on the first floor, but that's just one washer and dryer. And they said in the unit,
234.
there's 234 people that lives in this dwelling. So can you imagine one washer and dryer helping so many veterans, seniors? You see, I find out that seniors become more abused
Yes.
and misused as they
Yes.
get older into the system. They are truly the forgotten ones, and so are our soldiers. So tell me your story, Johnny
My
G.
story
Yeah.
started in San Antonio, Texas, Lackland Air Force Base in 1969, and I ended up in 1973. I spent 1 year overseas in Vietnam, not actually Vietnam, I was in Thailand, but it is considered Vietnam. I did 1 year of actual radio. I was a radio announcer on AFTN radio. I had an aircraft. Oh, you're not going to believe this. The aircraft that I crew chief, I was the maintenance man for the B-52 bombers and the KC-135s. I had a plane that flew 75 consecutive missions to Vietnam.
All
75.
right.
They
Oh,
dropped,
wow.
they dropped 75 straight missions. I got pictures to prove it.
Thank you for serving our country. Oh my goodness, keeping our home safe.
We got a small decoration for it. We got water thrown on us to show their appreciation. And I kissed my baby goodbye.
Yes.
692, that was my baby. Matter of fact, I need to put something on that.
Yes, most definitely.
Yeah, 692. I never. I used to call her Black Beauty because she had a black bottom. Black bottom. She went 75 straight times to Vietnam, non-stop, no abort. I had a possible abort, and the captains and the lieutenants that flew in planes had no control on the flight line. The crew chief was the man. The crew chief was the one that if I called the tower and said I got a clown that don't want to fly, oh, they reamed him. They reamed him. So I had one captain gonna tell me that there's something wrong somewhere. I said, we had this plane inspected before you came out here. You don't want me to go to the tower, and you know that.
Right.
And he got on that plane and took it to Vietnam, like he was supposed to.
Now I want to ask you, how many black soldiers were there in the Air Force with you? Because I know you were during the time we didn't have a lot.
That number, I couldn't actually put a number on it because I wasn't following that at that time. So therefore, but we had a tremendous amount of blacks over there now.
Did you?
A tremendous amount of blacks.
That's not told often because they don't get recognition.
Right.
Yes.
But we was over there.
Okay.
And we had stripes. We had 3 stripers, 4 stripers, 5 stripers. We had the master sergeant, the senior master sergeant, with them brothers with them, and letting folks know that there wasn't no dummies. There wasn't just ordinary folks over there. They had intelligent people over there. And if you figure an individual that had to do and check off the maintenance on a B-52 bomber, which I think it's about $8 million. It was an $8 million airplane at that time, and it's probably even twice that much now.
Oh, wow. How many terms did you serve over there?
I only served one term overseas, and I spent 4 years in the military.
Oh, okay, 4 years in the military, and then you were out, huh?
I made a mistake. I said a stage, but I wanted to get out and do the radio thing.
Okay.
And I was able to get out and do the radio thing, but I was doing too many things at one time, and it cost me my radio gigs because I thought I was another Tom Joyner. What happened was I was working at the restaurant, I was doing a nightclub gig, and went from the nightclub gig to a cabaret, and I was tired. But usually I'd have a little lady down there with me until sunup, and I would wake up. For some reason, she wasn't able to come that night, and I did this.
You go sleep.
But I'm gonna tell you how God is. The young lady that I was her engineer, Odessa Steele, watched me sleep. Odessa was supposed to come over. Soon as she heard dead air, that's automatic. If you hear dead air, you're supposed to check to see whether that announcer could have had a heart attack, he could have fell dead, anything. Do you know, she sat there and watched me sleep. And the reason why she did it, because I had a gospel show that came on behind her, I put fire up under. And that was jealousy and envy. That's all that was.
That very well could be. Also, Johnny G was a manager and the founder of 101 Restless Souls.
100,000,001 restless souls. And I'm that one restless soul. the one restless soul. And the reason why I went with that, I saw a movie called Amistad. And the Spanish captain on that ship and the individual that was handling the food distribution somehow miscalculated. And the only way that they could continue, they chained sisters, brothers, babies, and began to throw the heaviest ones off the ship into the bottom of the ocean. And that happened year after year after year. And I believe I hear 100,000,001 restless souls crying out, gee, we saved you to tell the world what happened to us. And we'll lay down and rest. Because they restless right now. They're angry.
Yes, they are.
They're angry. They're angry because they was misused. They was misused. Every time I see that picture, I cry. Because it hurts. It hurts to see you do human beings like that.
Yes.
Human beings like that.
And this was a thing that they did quite
Continuously.
often. Continuously. Do you know why they were killing them so massively?
They was killing them because they miscalculated how much food that was bringing aboard. So what happened was the food was eaten up, so therefore the weight of the ship was far beyond what they needed to be. So to get the ship weight back together, they would
sacrifice lives. That's so sad. That's so sad. Now, today, you had called me. We haven't talked to each other in about 14 years.
It's been that
14
long.
years. And I still have his number, and when he called, he said, Mother, something's wrong. And I heard his cries, and I immediately came over, Miss Rika as well, to see what we could do, because that's what Let's Pray is about, helping people in crisis. And we're going to help Johnny in these crises and help him get through this. But could you tell us what was going on that when you called me and the concerns you had?
Well, my biggest concern is not so much myself. It's for the elderly and senior citizens and the disabled veterans that's here in this building. I think they have been misused because they're afraid. The people here are afraid that they would get put out of the building if they would say something. And I try to explain to them, they can't just put you out of the building. It has to be far more than you standing up for what you feel is right. And I'm here, like I explained to them, I will do the battle by myself. I've always been the lone activist. I will come in from out of town and I will get at you. I did this, and folks don't hardly believe this. When me and my wife separated, and her lawyer told her to tell me that I couldn't see my baby, I said, I know this young lady got to be out of her mind. I'm gonna tell you what I did. I got me some picket signs. I got the little lady that I was dealing with, her and her babies, and we went to the front door of this lawyer. And her husband came out and said, what's going on? I said, ask your wife. And she all starry-eyed and about to buzz out in tears. And I said to him, she told me that I couldn't see my baby. And I'm telling you right now, she must go downtown right now. If not, I will walk this sidewalk until she do. I will make her neighbors say something wrong with you. And that's what happened. I did a judge the same way. I'm on file downtown, and it's called the mandamus order. It's an order that the judge, the lawyers have a hard time winning that case. It's James Griffin versus the Ohio Supreme Court, and I beat them. There was a lawyer, I forget her name, big, tall, heavy-set one. She passed away. Talking about a client for a lawyer is a fool for a lawyer. She had to come back and apologize.
Oh, wow.
Had to apologize.
So you got to see your children now?
Got to see them with no problem.
Now, that is a father that fights for his right to see his children. So many fathers, listen, Dad, so many of you are dodging and not wanting to take care of your children. And he protested with a sign so that he could see his children. He did it in the right way, not in an aggressive way, not an angry way. Right. And he still raised his children, and he has very good relationships with them now. Actually, your wife passed away, right? So that you're all they have now. So it's a good thing that you were into their lives.
Because I said to myself, even if me and the missus didn't make it, I would never leave my babies alone. Never. Never, ever. There's no way. No way, no how.
Being a wonderful father. Now, what are the problems within the building? The address, first give us the address again of the building.
The address of the building is 2727 Lancashire Road, and it's spelled L as in Larry, A as in Apple, N as in Nancy, C as in cat, A as in Apple, S as in Shirley, H as in Henry, I as in Isabella, R as in Ruby, E as in Excellent Road. That's RD Road, and it's in Cleveland Heights, Ohio, and the zip is 44106. And it's a disgrace how the elderly and the Vietnam and the disabled veterans are being treated here. It's a shame that Martha Fudge, Martha Fudge is in when I think about it, here she is, one of us, and does nothing but collect money. That's all she does. She sent nobody to check on them. She's the head of HUD.
And you have made continuous complaints and phone calls.
Well, not as many as I need to. I need to get on more on top of that.
You did have the news come out today, though.
Yes, I had Boomer from Channel 19. He came out. He said when he got my message last night about 4 o'clock in the morning, he said, John, I don't know what to say for you. He said, but you touched me. And I had to get out here and see you. And I was at the dentist when he called. So I had to cut my dentist appointment short, and we had a noon approach, and we had a good time. We even had one of the folks here in the building talk to Boomer. So I'm looking for this to be on the 6 o'clock news.
And what did he interview you on?
Basically, the same thing you're talking about in terms of the elevator, which is the mainstay, because they shut down the primary elevator, which, I mean, it crippled, it handicapped the folks that was already handicapped. When they can't get downstairs to enjoy things, maybe they want to be by themselves washing their clothes, you know? They can't get downstairs to be by themselves. And I think that's true. I think it's disgraceful, the individual that set that up, and then the young lady that you talked to lied. They wasn't switching nothing back and forth. How you gonna switch something that dangerous back and forth?
She did admit hanging up on you, though.
Yeah.
She did admit hanging up on you, and she did.
Yes.
So and she probably will apologize to you later. I'm sorry, that's my phone. I know she'll apologize
You think
to you
so?
later. Yes, yes. Could you tell them about the, hang on, everyone.
The mother got that call.
I got two phones.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it's gone.
So which phone would I be getting that's telling me that?
You calling my immediate phone, my direct line.
Oh,
My direct
I
line.
need, I do.
You have my direct phone number.
Oh, I do?
Yes.
But they
It's
tell me
work.
that it's full.
Oh, I do I have a lot of people call.
Okay,
I have a
okay.
lot, that's why I try to call you back when I see you.
Oh, okay.
Now, what about the, tub? You said that you were bathing in your own pool.
Oh, my goodness. It went on for months, and I dealt with it. But something happened, and I decided I didn't want it like that no more, because it shouldn't be like that.
No.
All I had to do was have the maintenance man take care. But I got into a situation with the district manager here at the Towers, and we had not as choice as she claimed it was, because I don't really get that way with a female. But you know, I'll take what she said, but it wasn't the total truth. And what really ticked me off was she hung up on me.
Yeah, she admitted hanging up. She said that.
I said, did she really hang up on me?
And she shouldn't have. She should have waited and at least came back or contacted you later, and assessed the problem.
That's what I was
Yeah, she should
thinking.
have. She did not do very well. What is her name?
I don't even know her
You
name.
don't know the
I
lady's
don't
name?
even know her name.
You gotta know who you're talking to. Okay, and also you were talking about the toilet seat. Could you explain?
Oh,
Really, I
that-
don't want you to tell your personal, but you really, people can understand what you're going through.
Oh, that toilet seat. I'm telling you, Marianne was so wrong. I started using the restroom downstairs, the public restroom. That toilet seat is so hard, and I find my rear end sinking down, and then and if you flush it, you're gonna get your butt cold. And right now, while I'm talking to mother and the young lady that's doing the filming, I'm headed to the VA because I'm pretty sure it's a hemorrhoid problem because I've seen some redness in the towel every time I wipe.
You definitely need to go get that
So I'm
checked out.
going to the VA to get that checked out.
Yes, yes, there's nothing to play with.
No, no.
So, what we're gonna work out on now is a toilet seat, something so simple, but it
Yeah.
can be so major, because how many of you have been discomforted because of your toilet seat? It's pinching and squatting. It's a very serious problem, especially when you have problems down there. You do need a toilet seat.
Okay.
The shower,
Thank you.
dirty water,
Oh,
sewer water,
Ooh.
backing up,
Ooh.
where you're bathing clean, yet you're getting
Thank
dirty
you.
again. So you have the filth at your ankles, and you still have to get out and wash your
That's
ankles
that's
at the
exactly
sink
what was
in order
happening.
for it to be clean.
That's-
Months went
that's
on
exactly what
before
was happening.
this was taken care of. Now, some of the things have been taken care of due to his aggressiveness of constantly calling. You called the HUD, you called the news cameras, you
I've
called.
even called home office,
Yeah,
and
you
they
called home-
refused to call me back.
And when they saw the news cameras show up today, miracle, so many things got fixed.
Got fixed. Got fixed.
Okay? What I'm trying to get to is that our seniors have lived a life to take care of their families. They have worked hard. Our veterans have fought for our country. This is a rare veteran that we get to see that actually were in the Air Force and taking care of us and keeping us safe at home.
Thank you.
Not a lot of, they don't
Thank-
even talk about a lot of black soldiers over
No.
there, but they were there, and a lot of times they will put them on the front line, knowing possibly that they won't return
Thank
because
you.
they
Thank
were
you.
able to be
Thank you.
sacrificed.
Thank you.
So that's gotta be terrifying. At the same time, you're fighting for your country. And when you came home, how much of a reward did you get? How
Got
many-
none. I thank God for one thing though. I really made a mistake when I came home. I didn't realize that I had PTSD, and I lost my first wife. She was gold. She was golden. I love her. I still love her today. I lost my second wife under the same pretense. Because of the PSD. I didn't realize I had PSD until I finally went to the VA and they diagnosed me with the PSD. But I hated because both of them, I had two of them. I mean, I died for both of them. I would die for both of them. I still love that little lady, the first little lady. We was down in school, and a fellow, he owns a catering company, Tom Page. We bumped heads. And I saw her in the chow line. I said, Tom, I said, you see that little girl with the green cap on? Because she was a capper or something. I said, that's going to be my wife. He said, get out of here. She's crazy. He said, you don't want to deal with her? I said, I'm going to make that my wife. And he did just that. She was so pretty. I've had a few pretty ladies in my time.
Well, you're not an ugly man. So I can see. And I know, I'm sorry about your illness, but I know personally I have watched you. Yes, sometimes you get all over the place, but you have never harmed anyone.
No, under no circumstance.
And it's good that you wound up getting help. So many of our veterans suffer from this illness.
Yes,
And
yes.
it's no wonder being over there during the war and not being recognized when you come
Right.
home, not even being acknowledged.
Exactly.
So that is hard. Also, you talked to the person on top on black crimes that
Oh,
felt that
right.
this was
Oh, my
terrible.
goodness. Al Porter. That's my right hand man. He's probably made the significant move to get
The camera. He's the one that got the news out here.
got the
Yes,
news
he did.
man out.
Thank you. Thank
got
you,
the
Al
news
Porter.
man out.
Thank you.
So I told him that we're gonna take care of him. And
Yes, we
we're
are.
gonna take
Shout
care of
out
him.
to Al Porter.
All right.
Yes, thank
All right.
you. Black
That's
on
what I
black
got.
crimes.
Black
is
on
part
black
of it.
crime. Art McCoy.
Yeah, Art McCoy. I've known him personally.
I was trying to find
Work
black on
with
black crime when this situation happened, and I was all over. I went to the East Cleveland Police Department, and to show you how God is, I was just talking to somebody, and a white lady, a Caucasian, said, Art, I know where he at. I said, where? He said, he's right across the street from the East Cleveland Public Library.
He's still at that barbershop.
Yeah. And he looked good.
I gotta go there and give him a shout out. That's my hometown.
Art looked so good, so good. And I used to battle him when he was on the radio. Me, I used to give him a fit, but we loved each other though. I mean, it was just a challenge because he knew what I was calling. It was an argument.
He retired. He got tired, but he fought a
Yes. He fought a lot of battles.
civil rights.
Oh, yes, he did. Yes, he did.
That's my man there.
Yes,
He's done
did.
a lot and he's changed
Art
a lot.
McCoy, bad dude.
Yes,
Bad
he
dude.
I'm gonna see if I can invite him down to my church to come
Okay,
and speak.
okay,
I definitely am.
And Al Porter, he took it over. He took the reins over, and all I had to do was call him, and he do what he can do. He can't be with us at a lot of times, but he gets what I need though. And when he got, I was shocked when I'm sitting in the dentist chair when Boomer called. I said, he said, Johnny, because I went with this spiel. I said, this is the 100 million and one Russell Souls thing. How may I help you, please? He said, Johnny? I said, yeah, this is Johnny. So he probably, well, he didn't know about the 100 million and one Russell Souls. He only knew about Johnny G. And when he said Johnny, I said, it's got to be somebody that might know me. And thank God I picked up, and it was Boomer. He said, what you doing now? I said, well, I'm in the dentist chair. And he said, well, could you make a 12 o'clock? I talked to my doctor. My doctor said, we'll get you out and get you where you got to go. And thank God we did. So I'm looking to see Boomer's, x-rays on the 6 o'clock news this evening.
Yeah. Johnny G has been an activist for black rights and a lot of changes in our city. He has even sacrificed his own safety as well as his own home. He lived out there homeless because of fighting for other people. He was also threatened here that if he continued talking to other people or to the media or to the news, that he would be taken away from here. It makes so many people, because they were using him by example, that if he continues, he will get thrown out of here. So if the tenants complain, which they are very terrified to complain, and they say put it in the Lord's hands and be quiet, because they have no voices.
No voices.
They're not allowed. And when you get old, you're supposed to have a voice.
Thank you.
This is a form.
They are most disrespected.
This is a form right now of elderly abuse. This is elderly abuse at the top.
Abuse.
By the government.
Thank you.
Elderly abuse.
Martha Fudge. Martha Fudge. I'm telling you, Martha, if you don't get your act together, we will march on you. We will come to wherever you at. I don't know whether you're in Washington, D.C., but where you are, and you tell Kamala, I said she better get her act together, because she said a long time got you together, because you ladies sitting up there enjoying the benefits, but you're not caring about the people that put you in office. And we can see that. We can see that every day, because here where I'm at now, the veterans are being misused, the senior citizens
should never be used,
under
or our seniors. They've earned the right.
Thank you. Earned the right.
Live the rest of their life in comfort.
And it's a shame, Martha, that you have done nothing about it. Nothing. So we're going to make it sure that you don't be a part of the system the next time. You know what I'm saying? The next time you come around where you need to get them votes, you're not going to get them votes. And I guarantee you that, because I'll be out there on the prowl. And you don't want me on the prowl telling them what you have done to the senior citizens here at 2727 Lancashire Road in Cleveland Heights, Ohio. You have mistreated the brothers that's in the military, the sisters that are in the military, and most of all, the senior citizens. I respect the senior citizens. I don't know what your problem is, Martha. Martha Fudge, get your act together.
We need you to set it right. They say be careful who you step on when you're climbing, because you never know, coming back down, you may see them again.
Thank you.
I think that's about the best way I can say it.
Okay.
So, Martha, we got you up there, and we need you to fight for our seniors. And fight for our veterans.
Thank you.
We need you, Martha. We
trust you. We put our trust in you.
Yes, so
and
please don't let us down.
So far, you've let us down. So far, you have let us down.
Or maybe you can explain to us why some things haven't been done. Maybe it's politics or something that's out of your hands. But we need to know that you notice, you care, and you're there.
Thank you.
I'm going to let you go now, Johnny. Is there anything else you want to say?
I just want to throw this out to anyone that I've offended, and the young lady that I'm looking for that's instrumental and can be helpful to our operation. Lisa Lee, you've been looking for me. When you see this and this goes up, give me a call, 216-255-4592, and if you miss me there, 216-395-1845. Lisa, I'm looking for you, darling.
I'm hoping this is a personal kind of question. Is it your mate? Okay, Lisa, you hear this boy. There's a beautiful man, and he's been fighting for so many people that can't fight. He is quite in demand. This is the man right here. You come and
but technically, it's for a working relationship.
Oh, working. Oh, sorry. Okay, that's why.
That's why I'm getting me in trouble with my
my
baby down south.
Oh. Sorry about that, baby down south. All right, we're gonna let you go. This is Minister P of Let's Pray Ministries, helping people in crisis. I am the preacher in the street. I don't wait for the people, I go to the people.
Have
And
mercy.
that's what it's all
Have
about.
mercy.
God bless, take care, and we are now opening at 7100 Kinsman Avenue, East 71st and Kinsman Avenue.
I love it.
Come give a shout
I
out
love
on
it.
us on Sunday. We'll be
I
open.
love it. I'll be there
Easter
Sunday too. I'll be
Come
there.
on and praise and keep. Let's save our church.
Yes,
Let's save our
yes.
building with Big Man's Family
Have
Center
mercy,
in there.
have mercy.
Let's save it. We need the community to come out.
We're
and
asking
shout
Al to
out
come.
And
Al's
show
Black
what
on
this
Black
building
crime.
and how
We're asking Al
important
to
it is
come.
to all of us. All right,
Al.
take care.
Live each day to the fullest. Get the most out of each and every day. Dare to be different. To follow your own stars. Then you can look forward with confidence and back without regret. We love you, world.
We love you.
And it's not the world that's in trouble, it's the people in the world.
Amen to that.